In the wild, males don't get involved with raising the cubs. But here, 5-year-old Dinar has shown an unusual interest in Dharma, and vice versa.
Dharma is about 6 months old now. She's grown up next to Dad, so he's very much aware of her being here. They have had a lot of mesh-to-mesh contact, and she seems to be quite a big daddy's girl. She does seem to enjoy being near him, and he'll come over to her and they speak to each other. They have what's called a chuff, which is basically a friendly greeting for a tiger. So you have the safety that the mesh is there, but there's enough close proximity that they can smell each other and really get a good interaction going before they actually meet in person.
For the last 6 months, Dad Dinar and his firstborn daughter Dharma have been separated by a 14-foot fence. But today, they will finally meet under the watchful eye of Mum Durga. This is a big moment for lead ranger Kelly, and it will be a huge boost for this critically endangered species here in Fota if this introduction goes well.
Worst case scenario is that he responds negatively to the cub, and obviously given their size and their strength, a small action can be detrimental. We're fairly confident that the behaviour has been very positive up until now, so there shouldn't be any reason why we would see that happen. But, this is nature. Animals are unpredictable, so we just have to really stand on the sidelines and hope for the best. OK, Liam, let him go. Here comes Dinar, Dirks. Dharma is curious, and she's definitely been seen to be a daddy's girl from the mesh-to-mesh contact. He's a little unsure as to what she is. I'd say he's also a little cautious as to what Mum is going to do. So he's just playing it cool and keeping his distance, but that's very encouraging for us, and it's the best result that we could have hoped for.
The hyraxes in the rocks have produced a new generation of young, emerging to take advantage of the brief season of plenty. Shiva's cubs are also ready to emerge after 5 weeks underground. Their father and the rest of the pack will greet them with great excitement. This is a great turning point in the life of the pack. David behaves as if he hasn't seen Shiva for weeks, though she's been outside almost all the time for the last few days. It's almost as if he knows that she won't have to go underground anymore. For the cubs, this is a whole new world. He seems delighted with his new family, playing with his babies singly and together with the utmost gentleness, even though he's never seen a cub before in his adult life. In a wolf, this passes for gentleness.
It's been several weeks since the sudden arrival of Tuti's little sister, Siska.
In Tootie's eyes, she's just not Soups' centre of attention anymore. Her whole world has changed now. She's not the happiest individual at the moment.
And she's begun to feel the lack of attention from her normally doting mum.
Now that Tootie isn't getting so much attention off Subis, she'll be finding fun elsewhere.
Over the following days, she starts to look for a new playmate in the group. First, Tootie seeks out Dad, Pulu.
He's not a hands-on dad, but when the youngsters start growing up and eventually start climbing around and playing, they do use him as a bit of play apparatus.
But Dad doesn't appear interested, so Tootie heads off alone.
In the wild, orangutans live solitary lifestyles, apart from mother and infant bondings.
In the Warthog house, Mum Tamsin's taken to her pen to give birth, leaving Dad Magnum in charge. But the kids are running riot. And it's ended badly.
Magnum recently lost the end of his tail. You do feel a bit sorry for him. We're not exactly sure what was the cause, but we think that it could have been a bite wound.
The culprit is still at large.
The young warthogs do like to nibble anything. Whether they just bit something that was near them as they were sitting down and relaxing, or whether they intentionally knew they were going for his tail, we don't know.
It seems Magnum's paying the price for having so many children. It's not just his tail that's missing.
These tusks were a little bit smaller. He used to have quite a nice hairdo, but I think since having the youngsters and everything, he's had a lot of hair loss. Bit fed up.
And now, Magnum is about to become even more outnumbered. Partner Tamsin has just given birth to 3 more piglets, making him a dad of 8. And even though they're only a few days old, the piglets are already as feisty as their siblings.
The group is up to 11 individuals. It's a big warthog group.